with Clement Manyathela.
7:02. Let's walk the talk.
8 minutes before 7 o'clock. Now, why did the Social Development Department spend 1 million rand on a trip to New York by the country's top social worker, Sizakele Makangwe? Now, the Sunday Times reported yesterday that a week into her new job, Makangwe, who is the Deputy Director General for Welfare Services at the Social Development Department, blew more than 1 million rand on a trip to New York at taxpayers' expense, staying at the priciest hotels for more than 2 weeks and spending almost 200,000 rand on a flight. It was reported that she also spent about 419,000 rand on transfers. She was part of a delegation that attended the 69th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. Let us bring in now someone who can help share with us, Dr. Harlan Cloete, who is a research fellow, joining us now on the line. Dr. Cloete, thank you so much for making time for us. Good morning.
Good morning, Clayton, and good morning to the listeners of 702.
So let's start with, these trips, of course, some of them you would argue it's important that there is a South African delegation that goes to represent South Africa. Knowledge sharing is important, but you've got to ask the question, are we getting value for money?
No, that is exactly that. Like I said in the article from the first, it's important that South Africa, that we do attend, that we attend conferences. I know the value of attending conferences in terms of the networks that you build and the opportunity to benchmark as well about, where the world is going and how do we position ourselves. What remains unanswered is whether we received value for money. And I think from the article, the department is also not forthcoming in terms of what was the value of it all. So ordinary South Africans look at the article like this, and says, but is this now really necessary? People question the size of the delegation, although, like I said, in principle, I'm not against these type of activities, attending conferences, presenting peer-reviewed abstracts and at these conferences, but it's the cost that is very worrying.
Yeah, the 1 million rand on the Deputy Director General for Welfare Services, that's quite a lot of money. How many delegates, did they send? Because I do remember a time when the Department of International Relations advised departments attending international events to keep their delegations at a minimum because the fiscus is just under severe pressure.
No, exactly that. Now, it looks like from the article as well, is that it was unnecessarily huge. That they could have maybe looked at there were different delegations from South Africa that went. And so people question the size, obviously. People question what was the role of each delegate there as well. That is also not clear. And so sometimes to the irritation of public officials, the media ask questions and then people don't necessarily answer. So unless a department is forthcoming, we will be left wondering, whether the question is, was there return on investment and whether there was value for money.
Mm-hmm. In 2011, the Sunday Times reported that there were about 49 government officials who attended the same event, and some of them actually failed to even attend many of the sessions at this particular summit. And I wonder if things have changed now. So when you send a large delegation like we have, do they even attend all the summits? And when they come back, Dr. Cloete, are you aware of any report that gets presented so that we're able to maybe even quantify and look at the investment at sending this delegation, what they have achieved there, and how it's benefiting us back home?
Look at a conference like this. You're sometimes asked to present, or you are asked, like you said, you attend these sessions. But I've attended many of these sessions as well, conferences. It's an opportunity to network and to learn. But a lot of delegates, and this is not just unique to government officials. A lot of delegates, use this as a holiday as well. Either you present and then you're out and you do your own thing, and you see this as an opportunity. And so the expenses, what calls into question as well is that accommodation. it would appear from the article that the delegates chose the most expensive hotels. And flying business class, for example, and those are the things that worry. And so, almost like so it's really up to the person leading that delegation to make sure that the people are deployed. If, for example, 4 of the university goes, we would say, you go attend that session, you attend that session, and when we come back, we almost like share knowledge around what we've experienced and how do we take our department further in terms of what we've learned and the new networks that you've gathered. So those are important leadership things. Whoever's leading such a delegation should make sure that when we come back, that there's an opportunity to critique, to learn, to benchmark, to say how do we take our department forward with its new knowledge that we've now gained.
Absolutely, yeah. Dr. Harlan Cloete, Research Fellow at the University of the Free State Center for Gender and Africa Studies. Thank you for speaking to us. We did request an interview with the Department of Social Development because we wanted to understand more why R1 million was just spent on this one individual, and they had agreed to come on only to tell us later that they must still have hold meetings before they can speak to us. So if they are available sometime this week, we'll bring them on the show. It's a minute now before 7 o'clock.
7:02.
Coming up, the big interview.
Why did the Police Commissioner Fani Masemola remove the over 120 dockets from the suspended Deputy Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya's office back to the Political Killings Task Team? Was that decision wrong? Because the Minister of Police, the interim one, Firoz Kachalia, and President Cyril Ramaphosa seem to be concerned about that decision that he's taken. We'll hear from the presidency why the president is concerned about this. Vincent Magwenya joining us after the news.
Current events, developing stories,
Tough questions.
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.